Welcome back to Badass Tarot and Badass Witches TV. And today I'm going to be doing a reading for Jhoulie Moussa. I believe she's 16 years old. She was missing, and I don't know a lot of details about it. But I believe she was 16 in Virginia and was found a few days after she went missing in a park not far from her home, or not far from the place where she went missing. And I've been asked to do a reading on her, and I've already contacted my spirits and hers, and I am going to attempt to get some answers. As far as what happened to her, okay? So, Jhoulie Moussa. And I guess the question that everybody has, and I mean, the main question is, we know that someone murdered her. I don't even know the details of, how they said that she was killed or whatever. So, I'm just going to go into it. I haven't really looked that much into that case. I have seen the pictures. I've seen that she has a twin. I've seen the parents, and I do understand that there is or has been someone that they took into custody. Okay, I don't know if he's still in custody, but there is a person of interest that was taken into custody, and I believe he was an ex-boyfriend. Okay, so that is as much as I know about the case. And I'm just going to leave the question in the air: what happened to Jhoulie Moussa, and why, and who was involved, and who knows about it, and what is it that we need to know in order to try to get justice for Jhoulie Moussa? Okay. So what I'm going to do is just leave those questions hanging in the air, and I'm going to just let Spirit come through. If Spirit chooses to show us what we need to see about this case, okay? Jhoulie Moussa. What happened? Jhoulie Moussa. Feels very heavy, like a heavy emotion, okay? So I'm feeling like this was a crime of passion, okay? A crime of passion, and yes, before I even get a card, I feel that this was a crime of passion, and I don't want to just assume that it was the boyfriend, okay? Because that is what I feel like people are doing, and I just like to just put it out there and see what we get, okay? But I do feel a very strong emotion, and that was what motivated what happened, okay? Y'all see me looking over to the right because I'm seeing orbs. I'm seeing there's spirit activity happening in the room right now, okay? So, but I feel like there's something that I'm not supposed to see right now, okay? Which is why it's taken a long time to get cards, which this doesn't normally happen. But I am having some activities, so I'm just going to go forward, okay? And here we go. Jhoulie Moussa. God, the moon card. It's a moon card, okay? Ooh. Okay, y'all. I know this little girl was killed. I know that this happened, but this is telling me that there is some part of this is an illusion. Okay, there's some deception that's going on here. So we need to look deeper into it. I'm gonna leave that card there for a minute, okay? Because it's telling me that there's an element of deception here and illusion, but I know that this really happened, okay? It's also telling me to personally pay attention to my own dreams and my own visions, okay? Which is really weird because, what does that have to do with me? You know what I'm saying? But I know that I have had a lot of dreams, so it could really just be related to the fact that it could be related to my dream about the time of change, which I was talking about. A lot of people have become possessed. So if you're watching this on my Badass Tarot channel, and you want to know about the dream, go to Badass Witches TV, and it is it's on that my channel, okay? Or you can go to my Patreon, and it's also on that channel, and I believe it's titled "My Dream About the Time of Change," okay? And I think that this first card is trying to tell me that what happened to Jhoulie was a result of these people that I was talking about who are possessed. They are our friends, our lovers, our everyday people, our co-workers. I think that what this first card is trying to tell me is that the person who is responsible, and I'm feeling a lot of people, but one person did this, okay? And it's crazy because it seems like all of the cases that I look into, it's one person that does the murder, but there's a lot of people involved who are trying to cover it up, and it's happening a lot, okay? So for this to tell me to pay attention to my own dreams, I just really think that this is saying that the people who did this to her, the person who did this to her was, in fact, one of those people who are possessed. And, I hope y'all are paying attention um, because it's happening, okay? It's happening. And this is why I'm bringing it out now. This is why I need y'all to know. And I need y'all to pay attention because you may very well have one in your own life, okay? Just yesterday, I saw a man, a 60-year-old man, putting his wife in the headlock, okay? And she's about 50 years old. And when I asked what was going on, he said that she was trying to take his keys, okay, to their car that I see her in every day. Okay, so today, why she can't have, I don't know what was going on between them, but there is never any justification for a man putting a woman in the headlock, okay? And there's never, especially a man of that age, putting a woman of that age in the headlock. These people have grandchildren. So people are possessed. And, if I had tried to talk to the man and tell him, this is ridiculous, this is crazy, he would not have listened. He would have tried to justify everything that he had done. And in his mind, it was her fault because of her trying to take something from him. Now, the woman hadn't even gotten physical with him. She was just trying to take the keys to their car. Okay, so evidently they were arguing, and he literally had her in the headlock. Okay, and she had some other injuries as well. And these are older people, and they, it's ridiculous. So people are possessed right now, and I think that this first card is telling me that the person who did this to her was at the moment possessed. Okay, so we're just going to go with that. And the next card is the Prince of Discs. Okay. Okay, this is a young man. Okay. A young man that was a very, if people know this person, he's a very serious person. Like, he doesn't really like to joke around. He doesn't play very much. I feel like he can't really take a joke. Like, if people laugh at him, this person gets mad. But they're very, when they set out to do something, they make sure that they get it done, and that the person is intelligent, okay? So, but they're not very empathetic type of person. They're very logical person, okay? So, yeah, this is the young man's personality, and this is the person who I believe did what they did. This is the person who is responsible for Jholie's death. Okay, a very serious young man. Okay, and people know him. They know what I'm talking about. Again, he doesn't like to be laughed at. He can't take a joke. Very just takes everything just very seriously. A narcissist. Okay. The next card is the Ten of Wands. Okay. Okay. So this is what is happening. Okay. This at some point Jhoulie was oppressed by this person, okay, the person that I just described. And at some point, that person lost control of Jhoulie, okay? And that person, there was this great burden on both of them, okay? So this is what happened, okay? This person who's very serious, who can't take a joke, who don't, who's not you don't it's like at any little thing could set this person off. Like you never know what you can say or what you can do around them because they are very unpredictable, okay, and not they don't have a sense of humor, okay, and this person had been oppressing Jhoulie. Okay, so if the family knows, they know about this person. Okay, so now it's starting to kind of almost look like the person of interest that they already have. But I'm not going to go with that. I don't just assume things. But the person was oppressing Jhoulie. Okay, so they know. Okay, if nobody else knows, her twin knows. The person was oppressing her, and they had recently lost control of her. Okay, and they felt like they had to get back control of her, and this is the reason. This is what happened to her. Okay, this is why they chose to take the actions that they chose to take. Okay, so let's see what else I can get. Okay, y'all, I got a stack of cards here. And I know that this is the all, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, okay? And I'm taking it from this end because that's what Spirit is telling me to do. The next card is the Four of Cups, okay? Jhoulie was tired of this person. She was tired of the relationship. She was trying to make a change, okay, and she had gotten just bored with the relationship and tired of what this person was putting her through. And she was ready to move on. And she had actually begun to move on and actually had begun to start having fun. So she was hoping and right on the verge of the change happening in her life where she was actually going to be going in a different direction. Okay, the next card is the Queen of Discs. Okay, okay, Jhoulie, I can see the difference between her and this person. This person wanted to control her, okay, but she was very much her own person. Okay, she's showing me who she is. She had her own style. She was very unorthodox in the way that she dressed in her whole style, and she was very like a down to earth kind of person. She wasn't a wild teenager. She was the average teenager, but she wasn't wild at all. She was more of like a homebody. She liked to be comfortable. She liked to be at home, and she liked a lot of natural things like nature and stuff like that. So she wasn't the teen that's like out in the streets and partying and stuff. Of course, she did do those things, but that was her personality was one of more of like a homebody, and she wants everybody to know that. Okay, because I think a lot of people may be perceiving her wrong or assuming that she's like a lot of other teenagers, and she wasn't. She was different. Okay, the next card is the Two of Wands. Okay. Okay, this person, the same person, okay? This person, when he was with her, when they were together, this person was overbearing and bossy and very oppressive to her, a narcissist, okay? And she's showing me herself and she's showing me him, and they are not compatible, and that's why she could not stay with him. okay, because he wanted to control her and she needed to be free. I want to show y'all the Queen of Wands here. Okay, this is a woman that's sitting out in nature. She loves nature. She loves what God made. She loves music. You know, she loves the water. She loves the sky, natural things. Okay, and then look at this man. Okay, very controlling, stern. Look at his body language. Look at him. You know, very military-like, very controlling. She's showing me they were not compatible. He wanted to control her, and her spirit would not let that happen because her spirit, she was a free spirit, and she still is a free spirit. Okay? Nine of Wands is the next card. And if y'all look at it, it's a person who is being oppressed, okay? Torture. This is how she felt being with this person in despair. He would embarrass her. There was mental and physical abuse with this person. Okay, this is the person who did this to her. And I feel like that I'm going to come back and do another reading on this because I have some other questions that I have on my heart that I don't think are going to come out in this reading. But this person had been oppressing her. So if the family knows, because they know, okay, the family knows who this person is. I'm not saying that they know that this person did it, but they know who was oppressing her and who was abusing her. You guys know, and that is who did this to her. Okay, that's who did this to her. Okay. The next card is the Death card. Okay, so Jhoulie she has to transform, okay? She is going through a transformation. She knows that the past is over, that she knows that she has transitioned, okay? But she's still at a very delicate part of the transition because of what happened. Right now, I'm feeling choked up, like I want to cry because this is how she feels. She's sad about the way that this happened, okay, and the way that it had happened. She was not ready to do that, so now she has to transform. She's like her energy has to be. She has no choice but to transform now, okay. So she is not. There's a sadness about the way this happened to her because of who did this to her, okay. She is very hurt by the fact because there was a love for the person. She cared about the person who did this to her. Okay, she knew she couldn't be with this person, but she cared about them, and she's very hurt that they did this. Okay. The last card is the Devil. Okay, the Devil card. Person did it because they were, oh my God, like it was a possessed ass person. Okay, but what happened is this person's ego came to the forefront. Okay, this person again is very controlling. This person was very oppressive to her, and the people close to her. If I'm describing this person, they know who this person is. Very serious person, can't take a joke. He's materialistic. His ego came to the forefront, and those carnal animal instincts came to the forefront. That possession that I'm talking about, that low vibrating entity that was with and in this person, is what caused the destruction of Jhoulie Moussa. Okay, this animal lowest part of this person was what was driving this person, and it was a person that she loved. That is what I feel from her, choked up and just hurt that this particular person is the one who did this. Okay, she has accepted that, she's on the other side. She's telling me the past is over now. Okay, but she's hurt because of the person who did this to her. Okay, because she cared a lot for this person. She loved the person. She loved him, but I did not want to be with him. This is what she's telling me. I could not be with him. Okay, so but she loved him, and so he has hurt her in her soul. Okay, so I feel like this person is not going to rest because he hurt her. There was an emotional connection and bond between these two people, regardless of um, dysfunctional it may have been. There was a bond there, and this person took her life, and they still feel her the way I feel her right now, and this choked up feeling and stuff. It's happening to the person who did it because there was this crazy connection between them, and um, she's still hurt about it. Okay, I have some other questions of my own because I haven't really looked that deeply into what happened. Okay, I told y'all what I knew about it, but I have some questions. So now I'm going to do a little bit more research into the case to to just kind of see what's going on, to take a closer look at the people. And I have some questions of my own because I want to know, because I feel like I know that the first day that it happened, that they looked in the area where her body was found, and her body wasn't there the first time. And then a couple of days later, the body was there. So I feel like I don't believe that it happened in that spot. So I have some questions. What happened? You know what I'm saying? Who moved her body? I really don't even know how she was murdered. Okay, so I don't know in what way, shape, or form that they murdered her, because again, I don't like to look into those types of things. I end up feeling and seeing too much, and it's just too much. And right now, with this trifecta moon that happened the other night, and then that triggered my own moon cycle within my own body, which always happens when celestial events happen, and I'm just extra sensitive right now. And I didn't want to look into it, but I felt like okay, I need to do it because for one, people, several people have asked about it, but when something keeps, with it's on my heart, I just know that it's something that I need to do, and I will be trying to get around to some of the other readings that my Badass Tarot subscribers have asked me to do. Okay, so and now if you guys would like to support me on Patreon, because this is the reason why I don't have a lot of time to do these reading requests, is because I'm backed up with work. Okay, but if I get support on Patreon, I will be able to take a little bit more time off, and I will be able to do a lot of the readings that you guys request. Now you can support me on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Okay, and when you do that, you'll also be able to unlock a lot of classes that I'm going to be putting up in my ingredient of the day episodes that are on there, and then I have a lot of other things that are free, and then there's some things that you can unlock being a patron for $1. Okay, so I hope that this reading has given you guys some clarity, some sort of answers, some sort of comfort. I hope that it has been truly helpful to someone, more than anyone, to Jhoulie and her spirit and to her family. Okay, so until we meet again, my people, keep it classy, keep it clean, and do what you got to do to make shit happen.